What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Alexey Istomin, and today we're gonna be reviewing the hands that I play recently on the stream in Tropicana, Las Vegas. Big Bet Poker. It's my first ever stream that I played on these stakes, and it was incredible experience. I was a little bit nervous, and we're gonna see it somehow influenced my game, but we extract some lessons, we talk about hands, and it's gonna be interesting. Please enjoy. So here I'm preparing for my first battle. My beautiful lady prepared the t-shirt with the enjoy the show letters in Russian. Here I have my pink glasses to make this world a little bit more brighter. Here she is, actually my beautiful lady, and we're gonna do some winner dance right now. Yeah, and of course here I have some very important thing is money back. I'm back with the money. It's a buy-in. This is another buy-in. Hope it's gonna be enough. Okay, we have everything. Naked woman as well. Let's go. Let's rock it, guys. Starting with the flip 50 bucks in 5 card Omaha. Fun. Yeah, I'm too, of course. Absolutely.
So it looks like you have 50 extra. No, Francis is the guy.
Hi, how you doing?
All right, Corey, do it for your kid. Do it for your kid, Corey. It's me.
1, 2, 3, here's the button.
All right.
Okay. You gotta hold this down for 3 seconds. You like that?
Oh, nice.
Hey, we're getting it on the flip.
We have it here.
Yeah, come in.
That's perfect.
Reserve list, but he's playing Layla's in.
Okay.
He's a winner.
Layla handicapped. Come on. I got kings. Club. Club.
You're not supposed to know what
We have some
I go
outs.
first.
Oh, you have clubs?
Yeah, I have clubs.
You have clubs?
Yeah,
I have clubs, right? Not yet.
Yeah, you're using
I
just
need
the
a
10.
club.
We have trips right now.
Run it twice.
Короче, там флеш-дроу, там стрит-дроу. У нас
Diamond! Diamond!
Spicy?
Diamond!
Spicy! Good start.
You got Rush too.
Oh my god, I have flash too. Oh my god, we start with
You
this.
goddamn love
Okay,
box.
it's gonna be. I had even out for the straight flush. I didn't notice that.
Good game.
Damn, now, whose idea was that? That was fun.
Oh my god.
You better win this sports bet.
Let's do it from two different perspectives. So, what's her name again?
Cairo.
Cairo is going to ask me a few questions, and I'm gonna hope be answering them. Мы скоро начинаем стримить. У меня все еще нет паспорта. Okay.
Where are you from?
Russia.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have fun with this then.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Incredible.
All right. What's up, you guys? It's Cairo Leslie here with Bally's Big Bet Poker, and I'm sitting down with Alex. How are you doing?
Very well, mate. Very well. I'm a little bit nervous, I'll be honest, because it's my first stream and I've never played live cash. It was only TV tables in the tournaments. And of course, I couldn't make it right in the first time. I forgot my passport. So my wife now is on the way back to get my passport that I can buy it finally. But she's saying she's on the way. So she's coming back actually. So it's gonna be good. We're gonna be playing.
Dope. So you came straight from Russia to Vegas?
No. I'm not living in Russia 12 years ago.
Oh, you're in LA.
No, I'm traveling. I'm not living in the US.
Oh, okay.
My English, as you see, my English is not.
It's all good. I got subtitles. You know, that always solves everything.
All right.
Well, it is, yeah, your first time here at Bally's Big Bet Poker Live. What expectations, what aspirations do you have for today's show?
It was actually one of my goals to play on streams because I started my YouTube channel watching these big guys doing vlogs and playing on streams and high stakes poker. So I'm on the way to this goal. So it's kind of exciting.
That's dope.
Yeah.
What kind of action do you have on your vlogs? Is it like hand?
Yeah,
vlogs?
it's a hand travel love vlog, like everything, poker lifestyle and relationships. Mostly losses in the tournaments right now. I'm waiting
I can relate to that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my win, but I started to do a few cash sessions from win and area, which going pretty well. So there are winnings.
Very cool.
Lately.
I have to ask, what does your shirt say?
My shirt say actually. Okay, try to guess. It's related to my YouTube channel.
Okay,
So
what's your YouTube
what-
channel name?
Alexei Istomin is actually my name, but I mean, when you're watching something, what could you expect someone to say you like for you to what when you're watching something? They say enjoy.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, but not so trivial. Enjoy the show. Let's say,
Enjoy the show.
I
Yeah.
can surprise was a good.
I mean, that was my best guess. Every YouTuber says it.
Yeah.
But enjoy the show. I'm glad that you said that. I'll be in the commentary booth, so I'll be sure to shout this out. And for everybody watching, where can they follow you on YouTube again?
It's Alexei Istomin. It's my name. Actually, it's gonna be written
On the screen, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so
brother.
much, Alex. Good luck on the show today.
Absolutely. Thank
Enjoy
you.
enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show, guys. Thanks.
All right.
Good interview. Awesome, man.
Cool. Wow.
All right. Let me get that.
So first hand we played was Ace Jack on the button. I raised 2.5x and the small blind Francis free bet. I think it's quite easy call. We can 4-bet sometimes, but there is no strong arguments to doing that, and we have a strong hand in position. So I just called. Flop came 10-10-5. He bet small. Easy call for me with the Jack of Hearts. Turn brick. He checked. I checked back. And river blank again, and I was planning to call sometimes if he bets, but he checked, and I showed my ace jack, and it was good against his ace 8 off. Pretty standard. I mean, history bet is a little bit out of the ranges. It's good to notice that, but I think it's okay, and we continue our first spot. Next interesting hand is pocket eights. I open the hijack. Johnny Vibes, which just arrived to our stream, called on the button, and the big blind call. Flop came 9-9-4 with a diamond flush draw. I don't have 8 of diamond, which is considerable later. So I checked, big blind check, I checked, and Johnny bets small on the flop. Big blind fold, and now I'm thinking, do I want to check raise or I do want to call? And I think with the 8 of diamond, it's a little bit better to check raise than without, because if we check raising without a diamond and the turn come diamond, our hand kind of dead, I would say. That's why I like check call more. So that's what I did. Turn came queen, and I checked, and Johnny bet really small. He bet like 30% of the pot, which is interesting because you don't expect this kind of bet size here, and I wasn't sure what's going on. Of course it's easy call for me, but I was just trying to think about his range. It doesn't feel like 9x gonna play this way, so he was kind of representing nothing. So I called, and the river came another 4. I checked, and he overbets 2,200. And here I tanked for a while. So I wasn't like really understanding what's going on, basically, because his line didn't have much sense, and I don't know what he's representing. In the same moment, I felt like I'm comfortable with all this new environment and this overbet on the river. I didn't wanna, made a bad call in the beginning of the stream, and after extra minute that I took, I thought that he could play potentially ace queen this way, or some other queen, and thin value bet me this way, which is absolutely incorrect assumption. because if he can play a queen this way, he could play a lot of hands like Jack 10, King Jack, and my hand is quite easy call. But this kind of environment with the cameras and lights on and the stakes a little bit higher that I normally play made me make a bet fold, which I did and wasn't really happy about it. I think in this kind of moment you need to take a more arcade decision, which gonna help you in the future game simulation. And make a bad call here is quite painful and could influence your game. That's what happened actually. A little spoiler. Okay, Johnny bluffed me off and we continue our battle. Now I have pocket queens. It's time to revenge. I raised. Johnny was about to take the chips for 3-bet, but at the last moment he made a call, which I thought in the game is on the weaker side, but as we see, it doesn't. So he called, small blind called, and the big blind call as well. Flop came ace 6-4 with a spade flush draw. I don't have a spade, so for me it's quite easy check and probably give up, hoping for check around. But Tony started to bet and the big blind found very creative check raise with pocket nines. For me it was quite easy let go of my pocket queens, but was very interesting play by JL. Yeah, so let's move on. Yeah, next hand is also quite interesting. The guy from the button, Alex C, raised. I call with a 4-5 offsuit on the big blind. I think with ante it's quite easy call, but it's somewhere on the borderline. Flop came ace 5-6 with 2 diamonds. I don't have a diamond, and when he bets half pot, I thought like my hand is good candidate for check raise, because I really wanna let him fold overcards to 6 to my pair, and I don't wanna check call him multiple streets because my hand is quite very vulnerable if it's ahead. Now I just wanna take it down. So I check raised him and he made very interesting play. He re-raised me 2x, and somehow I didn't have any choice, just fold. But it already started to feel a little bit bad about that I cannot win a hand, but it's okay. We continue, we move on. Next hand I raised ace-5 suited from the small blind. Francis call on the big blind. Flop came 5-6 deuce, all hearts. I don't have hearts, and I checked. He bet small, I call. I'm still ahead a lot of his holdings. Turn is a king. We check, and river is a 7 of hearts. My hand is basically never win at showdown, but I think it's still too strong to bluff. I checked and Francis checked back hand with the 8 of hearts, which I think is quite tight check behind, especially blind against blind, because I would consider in calling even with my hand. But it's okay, it's good to know that Francis is a little bit on the tighter side. We play in bomb pot every half an hour to pay the time and to have fun. I would prefer to play double board, but we play only one board, which is absolutely new for me. I probably played once or twice in my life. I have king 8 of on the button. Flop came queen deuce 4 rainbow. We all checked. I checked back. I would consider betting with some backdoors, but king 8 is probably too loose in so many people with uncapped ranges. Turn brought a king, which is great card. Obviously, everyone checked to me, and now it's time to bet. I bet around 60%, and Johnny from the big blind called, and river brought a 6, and I was not sure in the game if I should bet or no, and I think now that I definitely should bet my hand. I could easily get called by a queen or any weaker king, because I suppose that a king which is better than mine is almost always bet the turn. So it was a quite tight check by me now, but I checked and win a pot, which is great. So we playing again the bomb pot. It means like another half an hour already passed. I have king 3 of hearts on the cutoff, and the flop came 10-7-7 with diamond flush draw, which means I have nothing. So I check, and everyone checked, and the turn brought a king. I think it's really important here to not bet our hand, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. We have the weakest king. Someone still could potentially have a strong hand and prepare in the check raise. Our hand cannot call the check raise ever, and it's much better to give the opportunity to our opponents catch something on the river, and also kind of hide the hand we have. So I checked, and everyone checked, and the river brought a queen, which is great because Pizza Tony being a queen, and Kier decided to bluff. I don't see his hand. He probably had nothing, so he stepped. Tony called him, and I also snap called with my king, and I won pretty good pot. It's great. That's actually the one moment I was winning the money in this stream is right now. I have more than starting stack. Congratulations, Alex. I really want to show this hand as a pre-story of what's happening next. So here Johnny Vibes did a free bet from the small blind against hijack, and Pizza Tony decided to cold 4-bet from the straddle with 7 deuce off. We were playing this game with 7 deuce. It means like if you win a hand with 7 deuce on any street, everyone pays you $200, and the last folding person pays you 300. So it makes a lot of sense to play aggressively with this holding, and Pizza Tony wasn't shy at all to put 5k in when the Johnny Vibes had pocket aces. Wasn't a best moment, and Johnny Vibes didn't recognize what's going on and just shoved, and Pizza Tony folded after putting 5k in. So yeah, that's what basically happened. Soon after that happened the next hand. So Pizza Tony opened 5x from the under the gun. He already did it the previous hand. Everyone folded, and he did it again. And Alex C, fun player, called. I have ace king off on the hijack. I have 10k behind. It's quite easy squeeze. If it wasn't a call from Alex C, I could consider just calling, because it was like 5x open. But when it was a call, and knowing that Pizza Tony is quite aggressive for pre-flop, it looked like a really good situation to squeeze, and I did it. I put 1,000 in, and Pizza Tony made his move again, and he put 4-bet 5k. So it was like half of my stack, and really in game I thought it's really good situation because Pizza Tony could play like this 7 deuce again. He can do something like to scare me, but after realizing that I have only 10k, he could even just call me after his move with 7 deuce even. So I felt like it's really easy shove and give me money, but I got very bad news. Pizza Tony had pocket aces and I was drawing that for the biggest pot in my live career. I mean playing live poker. I've never played such a big pot, and I had only 7% to win. Even the computer here says 6, so in this stream I had even less. So I had just some possibilities to being the club flush draw, and actually I had a hope on the flop with the 2 clubs, but turn already broke all my hope, and I didn't have any outs on the turn on the first board, and unfortunately I hit the king river on the first board, and when on the second board came another king, I had even less outs. So it's was my first 10k off. And it didn't feel well actually. I didn't expect this outcome. I know it's quite basic and quite standard, ace king against aces, but of course when you come in to play a bigger game, when it's first stream, you don't really want this kind of situation, and it feels a little bit, you know, like what's up, what the universe is doing against you, like you didn't expect that. And it was another thing that I didn't bring much money with me. I had only 20k, and it was already like I was 11k in, so I had in my bag only 9k left, and it started to feel uncomfortable, like what if I lose it now again? I don't have money to rebuy. I had to contact my backers, my guys who was participating with me in this game, and yeah, it was a little bit unexpected outcome, which directly influenced my game, I have to accept, but it was a big lesson. All right, let's continue, guys. Let's continue. So yeah, here are results. I'm the biggest loser so far. Here saying I'm losing 12k. Actually I was losing 11, but doesn't make a lot of difference. Alright guys, that's it for today. I decided to split this video on 2 parts, and this is gonna be the end of part 1. If you still didn't like this video, please do so. Subscribe to the channel, it's really important, you know, and of course, enjoy the show.